tentang running. So apa yang korang boleh dan apa yang korang perlu buat, orang kata sebelum ataupun semasa tengah berlari ataupun selepas berlari. So sekarang Iwan ada seorang orang kata Chief Executive Officer daripada KLCC Runner Group, iaitu Matthew Basing. So kalau korang nak tahu kan, korang kena dengarkan interview Iwan ni bersama DJ Zati.
Okay, so I want to make it like simple because as you know, our listener are much more to young listener.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
what should we do before, during, and after running, or we can just simply go for running?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what should we do before we start running?
Okay, so before you start running, you should do what is called dynamic stretching.
Dynamic stretching.
Typically people, before they run, they think that they can just go out and start running, but you need to warm your muscles up, but not overstretch. So dynamic stretching is different to stationary stretching. So dynamic stretching is where you're swinging your legs from left to right and moving your different muscles. So we typically suggest or recommend that you do dynamic stretching for 10 to 15 minutes before going for a run.
10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes of dynamic stretching. There's a difference between dynamic stretching and stationary stretching. So if you're doing stretching like you typically see people doing who are not educated in the best way of stretching, they will do like stationary stretching, which means putting their legs up on a balanced beam and stretching that way. This is very dangerous prior to going for a run because your muscles are not warmed up. You can easily strain your muscles by doing overstretching. So we recommend dynamic stretching. And what we have is we have some self-taught videos on proper stretching techniques prior to running, which people are more than welcome to have a look at our Facebook group, which is KLCC Runners Group.
Okay.
And we've got a lot of information there. Now, you asked me what to do during a run.
Yeah.
So during the run, it's now, depending on what your level of fitness is and what length of running you're going to be doing, will depend on what your strategy is for during your run. So typically, you would get into a rhythm, so a breathing rhythm when you're running. So normally people feel comfortable with doing two breaths out and 2 breaths in. So that would be in synchronized with your pace. So if you're pacing 1-2, then you breathe in 1-2. Pacing 1-2, breathe out 1-2. So what you would do is you try and synchronize your breathing with your running steps. This is really important because if you want to sustain for longer distance, you need to make sure that your body is synchronized. Another very important thing when you're running is to make sure your posture is very upright. Don't slouch over, don't fall too far forward. Typically make sure your body and alignment is straight up and down. Which is really important as well. Make sure your shoulders are nice and high, and your head is nice and high as well. And look forward. Don't look down on the ground. Look forward. This will help you to get your synchronization and your running posture correct. One of the big things is when you're running is to make sure that you enjoy your run. So look at what's going on around you. Make sure that you understand your body, what your body is feeling when you're running, and really enjoy yourself. So whether you're running a 3 kilometre, a 5 kilometre, right up to a full marathon, you need to make sure that your heart, your mind, and your body is all synchronized. And then you're asking about what happens after the run.
Yeah, after should we after we run, should we just go to eat, or maybe we should do some cooling?
Yeah, of course. Everybody thinks that they can go and eat straight after a run. We just put something up on the Facebook group. Actually, we said that if you eat 2 donuts, that's the same as running 5.5 kilometres. So people tend to think if they're exercising that they can eat whatever they want. This is not correct.
Maybe it's not a heavy food lah, I think.
Yeah, of course. One nasi lemak is the same as running 10 kilometres. So just think about that. So when you think about going and eating food straight after going for a run and thinking that it's okay to eat whatever you want, it's not. Food is really important. But coming back to your question of what to do after a run.
All right.
So when you finish a run, actually the stretching after the run is more important than the stretching before the run. So again, we can share with you different techniques for stretching.
Okay.
But a lot of people, especially when you're just starting out to run, is you're not familiar with how important it is to stretch after the run. So we recommend 10 to 15 minutes of stretching after the run, and this is to stop any cramps and to really help the muscles adapt and make it a lot easier for you to recover, your muscles to recover from any injury. So this is really important. Is that's one thing that we really highly recommend, and it's one thing that you have to do, and that is stretch after the run. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are new to running. I was also very new to running only 4 years ago, and I made a lot of mistakes in not knowing how important it was to do proper stretching, and you do end up with a lot of injuries. If you run every day, you will end up with injuries unless you are doing the correct stretching techniques. And there was one thing that is really important is why you're running. So during running, we look at how you're running. Are you running at a full pace? If you're running a full pace, where are you hitting the pavement? Are you doing heel strike? Are you doing mid strike? This is really important too. If people are not experienced at running, they will typically overstride, which means the impact is all on the heel. And that leads to a lot of damage into your heel, into your foot, can run up into your shin splints, can give you what I have, which is called plantar fasciitis, which is a terrible running injury. So it's really important to do reading, talk to people who are experienced runners, and understand what are the correct techniques when running, because we don't want anyone to have any injuries and then they sort of decide that they don't want to run anymore.
So thank you for the sharing, Matthew.
Yeah, it's absolutely my pleasure. But if anyone wants more information, we're a Facebook group with over 20,000 members now, which is KLCC Runners group on Facebook.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay, thanks so much.
All
Cheers.
right, thank you.
Thanks.